Good evening. All right, there's a full moon tonight. So I want y'all to be careful because folks are out here. And when I tell you this full moon madness, all right. Okay, I'm just closing some windows on my computer. We're going to have a quick chat. I don't know what has caused me to come on live tonight, but I said, hey, I have not been live in a few days and just wanted to chat. And I want to chat about the latest reel that I reposted about the very unrealistic or ridiculous preferences that some women have. And hey, how are you? I'm doing well. As you come in, let me know your first name. Let me know the city, state, or country that you're coming to me from, okay? As you are coming in, let me know your first name, the city, state, or country that you are coming to me from, okay? So I just wanted to chat about this reel because we want to believe that there are not people out here like this. But the reality is there is probably more people like this young lady than not. People whose preferences are ridiculous. And one of the things that I spend a lot of time talking to women about is checking their preferences, checking their standards and their boundaries, just to make sure that they are not, unachievable, ridiculous, unrealistic. That's the reason why when I work with a woman and I have her do the boundaries assignment, I have her do the standards assignment. She's talking to me about her preferences. So her wants, I consider a want a preference. I consider a need something that is a requirement. So a need is a requirement. A want is a preference. So I spend a lot of time hello, machine. I spent a lot of time determining what is what. David from Houston, good evening. Duvall from Lanham, hello. Terry from Enrico, good to see you. So let's come in and, okay, says, I guess some are unrealistic, but we're going to talk about them because I spent a lot of time talking to women about this. And the reason why I have them do this assignment is so that I myself can determine what it is. And I can give them some guidance and direction. And at the end of the day, I'm going to put my dog out because he's about to start. Hey, Adrian. He's about to start huffing and hawing. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to do it. I had to do it. And he looked so pitiful. He was like, you're not putting me out. Yes, yeah, I'm putting you out. I know you ain't putting me. Yes, I am. He looked so pitiful. But Larry from Michigan, welcome. But I always leave them with this, okay? Everyone has a right to their preference. Everyone. I will never rob a person of their preference, their want, their don't want, their need. That is your right. You are entitled to that preference. However, and there's a big however, please don't come to me months later when you are still in the same situation, when you're still going around the same mountain. Don't come to me about it. You are perfectly within your right to want what you want, to have your preference, to have your boundary, to have your standard. But what you're not going to do is come to me weeks or months or years later and we still going around that same mountain. Because I've had this conversation with you and, you didn't want to listen. Hi, AJ from Chicago. So this reel that I posted about the young lady who was talking about her friend and how her friend had met an amazing guy. Everything was great. Oh my gosh, this is the man of my dreams. And then I realized that he's driving an old car. Like, that's it. That's the problem. Well, he doesn't have a brand new car. Y'all, if y'all saw the bucket that I'm driving right now, and that's what I call it, the bucket. I'm still driving the bucket. After all these years, the minivan. I'm still driving the Honda Odyssey minivan that I toted my kids around in. I'm still driving that van because that van is paid for. And that $300, $400, $500, $600 a month is going in my investment account, going in my retirement account, going into other things that are making me money. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that as a young woman, like, she don't understand that. She doesn't fully grasp what that means about that young man not having, a brand new car. She don't fully grasp that. And a lot of women don't. A lot of women don't. I have to educate women on the whole, not having the car note, dropping that insurance down to liability, like all those things. You can take that money and you can put that money elsewhere. But here is the thing I want to explain. When we're dealing with younger, millennial, Gen Z, and some older, I ain't going to just pick on the millennials or the Gen Zers, because it's some of y'all older women too. When we're dealing with women of color, African American women, and then the programming that we've been through, and we've been through some programming. Let me tell you how insidious the programming is that we've been through. We've been through a program that says your hair's not good enough. Your eyelashes are not good enough. Your backside is not good enough. You don't have a tiny enough waist. You don't have big enough boobs. Your nails is not good enough. Like, we've been through this insidious programming that has made us believe that who we are, which is like every other race in the world has tried to somehow emulate, but yet we not good enough. We got to go out and have all of this stuff. And then let's add to that. So people got to see what you got, right? We are under this assumption that, if people can't see that we have money, if people can't see that we're doing good, we ain't doing good. That's the programming that a lot of us African American people are under. And so you take, the black woman and the way she thinks she got to look. And then you take this whole idea of, well, I'm nobody if I'm not driving a brand new Mercedes. I'm nobody if I'm not living in a certain type of house in a certain type of neighborhood. If I'm not carrying a certain type of bag, or I don't have, somebody else's name on my clothes, which, y'all, can I go here? And I might hurt some feelings. I will never in a million years understand why you need to buy clothes with someone else's name on it and wear that on your body. Like, I'm trying to make it make sense. Why do I have to have the name or the initials like all over the clothing I'm wearing? That's not my name. I just don't understand that. And it's signaling, right? It's signaling to other people, but somehow it's making us feel good. But that's the programming that we are under. We are under a twisted programming that says having this name on my clothes makes me feel good, makes me feel worthy, makes me feel like I'm somebody. And then it's signaling to other people, I must be somebody. I must be about something because I got this on. I got this bag. No. I just will never understand. I just won't. But that's where a lot of us are coming from. And our women specifically, we're coming from a really ridiculous place that says, I have to look a certain way. I have to wear a certain thing. I have to have a certain, designer thing. Like, I just, and can I be real? Most of us that are having all this stuff on, we broke. Like, we broke. I wish that we could wear our bank statement across our forehead. Most of us are broke. We don't have no money in the bank. We don't have no liquid cash. We don't have any investments. We don't have any stocks or bonds. We don't have anything. But we got some stuff. We got some stuff that's depreciating faster than you can say depreciation. So if you a lady and you on here I'm probably done stepped all over your toes, but I got to do it. We have to rewire our mindset. We have to be willing to rewire our mindset, because this whole idea of I've got to have these designer things and I've got to have the car and the house and all of this stuff makes me feel good about myself. No, that stuff don't make me feel good about myself. It doesn't. It's things. It's things. And I'm not picking on y'all for maybe you want nice things or like nice things. But again, a lot of us, our priorities are messed up. A lot of us can't afford these things. That's what you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear me tell you that if you don't have a certain amount of money in your retirement account, if you're not investing regularly, if your children look like Who Shot John, or they don't have no college education fund, or, that's what y'all don't want to hear. So if you don't have life insurance, how about that? You ain't got no business with no Balenciaga or no Birkin or no whatever. You ain't got no business with that. You can't afford it. But most of us cannot. Most of us cannot. But somehow it makes us feel good, and it signals to other people that we must be better. And the truth is, we not. No, we're not. We need to work on the inner part of us, because when you get that right, I was telling a client this today. I said, let me tell you, because she said, have you always been this way? Have you always felt this good about yourself? Have you always had such high self-esteem and high self-worth? I said, I have and I haven't. I said, I had a daddy, I had a daddy in my life, still do. And that's played a big role in my self-esteem. I've always had a man in my life that told me my worth and my value, told me how amazing I was. He always told me there ain't no man out here good enough for you. You're smart. You're beautiful. He always told me that. And when you hear that from a man who is not looking to sleep with you, is not looking to get anything from you, it hit different. Like, can I be honest? It hit different. So having a daddy, I always had this underlying, I know my worth and value. I feel good. I know what it is. But at the same time, you get out here in the world and people kind of, they put you through the ringer and rough you up. And that kind of, it took its toll. But for the most part, this is 25 plus years of work, of inner work. 25 years of spending time with God, 25 years of praying, 25 years of reading and studying, and really, truly understanding who I am, what I bring, what my worth and value is in. And y'all, can I be honest? It's not in the outer. It's not in the outer. You guess what I told the client today? I said, can't nobody tell me about me. Can't nobody tell me about me. My God can tell me about me. But can't nobody tell me about me. I don't seek validation from outside of myself. I validate myself. I don't need attention. I don't need internet attention. I just validate myself. I come online to share and to give wisdom and advice rooted in common sense. Okay? It's not a theory. It's not a guess. It's called 54 years of living on the planet, making stupid mistakes one time, and then not making those mistakes again, and being willing to share that journey with people my age and younger. That's what it is. But you know what? Take away the platform. Take away social media. Take away the YouTube channel. Take away, I don't know, what else? My house, my car. Take away the things, right? And I know who I am. I know what my worth and value is in. I know the God I serve. Like, I'm good. And I always tell people, take it all away. I can get it back. I can get it back because, like I said, I have the formula. I have the blueprint living inside of me. The only way you're going to stop it is to kill it. That's it. That's the only way you're going to stop it is to kill it. If it ain't dead, it lives on. It lives on. And I want some of you to have that same attitude. Have that same attitude. Stop letting people stop you. Stop letting people tell you about you. You got to build up the fire within you. It's got to be within you. Okay? But we putting too much in folks outside of us and things that, and here's the thing about things. When you try to fill the empty hole in your heart with things, here's the truth. You're going to continue to do that because things, it will never hit the spot. It will never hit the spot. Yeah, common sense is not so common anymore. You're right about that. And here's the funny thing. That's why people want to shut it down. People want to shut down truth. People want to shut down basic common truth, basic common sense. They don't want to hear that. But last I checked, it's a free country. And there's nothing I'm saying that's, unkind or causing anyone any harm. But yeah, it'll sting your ego. But yeah, we got to do better. We got to do better. You're not going to sit here and tell me you met the man of your dreams. Everything about him is great. And he drives an old car. That's why you going to pass? Okay. And again, you're making it hard on yourself. You're making it hard on other people. But that young lady, she don't realize it, but she did him a favor. She did. And let me go here, y'all. I have done a lot of research on what actually contributes to relationship satisfaction. I've done a lot of research on this. And books like Ty Tashiro's book, books like Marry Him, Lori Gottlieb. Like, women hate that book. Women hate that Lori Gottlieb book because she is speaking the truth. It is very sobering that women, their expectations are unrealistic. And they hate that book, but they need to read that book and they need to apply what's in it. Right? The latest book that I just listened to is How Not to Die Alone. Yeah, by Logan Ury. That's another one you need to get. How Not to Die Alone. The surprising science that will help you find love. And Marry Him. The case for settling for Mr. Good Enough. And you know what? The word that the women don't like is settling. That's what they don't like. They hate that word. But the truth is, we all are going to settle. Okay? We're all going to settle. All right, let me look up Ty Tashiro's book because it's driving. The Science of Happily Ever After by Ty Tashiro. Read that book. And let him tell you through science, through research, what are the things that actually make you happy in a healthy relationship. And it ain't his car. It ain't his car. Not even by a long shot. It's not his car. It's not his height. It's not his, $550,000 a year. It's not that. It's not his social media following. It's not his beard. It's not, what else? It's not necessarily his good looks. But see, y'all don't want to hear that. You do not want to hear that. Because you want to believe that these are the things that's going to make you happy long term. But it's not. It's not. Can you provide your definition of standards versus preferences? So it's the difference between a want and a need. Right? I want a lot of things. I really do. I want a lot of things. But yet, my needs, those are the things I must have. That is the standard, right? So I want a man who is 6'4", but I need a man who is faithful. So being faithful will always trump what I want. I'll take a man that's 5'9" and faithful all day long. So what I tell women, sure, you have things that you want. You want him to make $700,000 a year and you want him to drive a brand new, I don't know, Mercedes or whatever, right? But what you need is a man who's disciplined. What you need is a man who will submit unto God. What you need is a man who's kind, right? Those are the things that, and guess what? This is something I was talking to my good friend about yesterday. We got into a little tussle about this because he's of the belief that like financial stability and character, he's of the belief that those things can't coexist. And I told him that's not true. That's not true. I could marry a man who made $1 million a year, and that man could have high moral character. Those two things can live together. However, if I had to choose, if it was one or the other, I would choose character. But let's not get it twisted. There are a lot of good people out here who handle their business financially, and they have high moral character. I consider myself to be a good Christian woman. I'm not out here sleeping around. I'm not out here, posting thirst traps and, posting pictures with my backside to the camera. Like, I'm dressed modestly. I cook. I take care of my family. I keep my home clean. I'm doing, in my opinion, everything I'm supposed to be doing. And at the same time, so this is what I told him. I said, that's like saying a beautiful woman can't have high moral character, right? Because we hear that a lot. That, the good women are the average looking women. Oh, the average to below average women, those are the good Christian women. And I said, I disagree. I believe you can have a very attractive woman who loves Jesus. I believe you can have a fine woman who can cook a good meal, who can keep her home clean and take care of her kids. I think you can get all of that. So I don't think one is necessarily separate from the other. That's it. But it's the priority of those things. That's what I'm always telling people. I want you to have your priorities in order. So high moral character will be before 7-figure salary. It's the priority that makes the difference. That's what I have to teach ladies. And so that young lady in that reel who was talking about, well, what about his car? No, she had her priorities messed up. That's it. She had her priorities messed up. Now, if she had her priorities in order, she would have said, but you know what? What really matters is he's a good guy. What really matters is he's kind. What really matters is he's chivalrous. He's masculine. He treats me well. He's about his business. That's what really matters. And the trickle down effect is, he doesn't have a brand new car. So it's the prioritizing of your preferences. That's the thing. But if your preference, like if I place 6'4" above being faithful, then yeah, I could date anybody in the NBA and I could be assured upon that he may not be faithful. Because 6'4" is the ultimate goal. Oh, he has to be 6'4". He has to be 6'6". Okay, but if that's my priority, I'm asking for a whole lot of foolishness. That's not my priority. My needs are my priority. My wants come secondary. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you. I've done this assignment many, 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 many times. And my needs always trump my wants. Now, here's what's interesting. I have gotten things on my want list. I've gotten plenty of things on my want list. Plenty of the things that I wanted, I've gotten. But I always prioritize my needs. And that's what I'm asking women to do. Okay? Thank you so much. He says, thank you. Great advice. Hopefully your message resonates with your followers. Yeah, especially the ladies. Because I get it. I consider myself to be relatively picky. And I always tell people I am hard to get and easy to be with. I tell everyone that. That's my grandmother shared that with me. Be hard to get and easy to be with. However, I have also learned, like I said, how to prioritize. I have to prioritize those preferences and those standards. That's it. What's most important and what's further down on the list. Okay? I hope this is helpful. I hope for all the ladies who are watching, when you are sitting down and you're writing those 3 lists. So the first one is I want. The second one is I don't want. That's the only list that you're not going to settle on. You're not going to accept anything you say you don't want. The third list is I need. The I need list trumps the I want list. Okay? And for those of you, I've had some ladies, they try to cheat the system. Oh, I got some things on the want and need list. That's the same. No, it's not. You have to prioritize. You cannot put on the want, on the need, or you can, but again, good luck. You have to be willing to prioritize. Ladies, are you listening? Knowledge is being dropped right now. Only independent women gonna understand what she's saying. Yeah. So wants, that's the fun list. Don't wants, that's the only list you're not gonna settle on. I do not accept things I don't want. Needs, that is your priority. That's your standard. So I need a man of God, and not just in name only. You're not just going to sit there and tell me you're a Christian and you don't read your Bible. You don't pray. You ain't never been to church. You out here having sex with everybody. No, 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 no. No, you not. Okay. I want the real deal. You have a relationship. You are under submission to something. Okay. You can be faithful to God before you can be faithful to me. That's what I need. Okay. That's the priority. I need you to be kind. I need you to be disciplined. I need you to be masculine. That's the priority. So again, I may have 6'4" on the want list, but I'll take 5'9" and masculine. I'll take 5'9" and God-fearing. Okay? I'll take 5'9" and faithful and kind. See how that works? So ladies, have fun. Have fun with these lists. You can write whatever your little heart desire on your want list. Like I said, I've done it. I've done it. However, my needs will always trump my wants. And so you cannot have things on the want list on the need list. That's how people be trying to cheat the system. Don't do that. Okay? Really delve into your soul when you write in that need list. What do you need? I was saying 5'5". What do you need? Okay, to be your best self, to feel the best, to be happy, to feel seen, heard, loved. What do you honestly need? What's the standard? And that's what's going to trump your want list. Okay. How young should I date? Meaning your age, her age. My sister said, if God can't trust him, you can't trust him either. I know that's right. I know that's right. You don't be knowing God like that. We good. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm trying to answer the question, how young should I date? Can you give more clarity to that question? How young should you be, or how young should she be? She should be legal. And by legal, I mean 21. Some of y'all be pushing the envelope with 18. Yeah, her age. That depends on your age. But she should be legal. And in my mind, legal is 21. Because some of y'all men be pushing the envelope. You think because the states say 18? No. No, 18, especially in 2022, is a child. Shoot, I consider anybody 25 and under a child. So not 18, 21 and up. We as men are not an accessory to add to the fantasy of life you want or think you deserve. 100%. I've always said that. I've always said that. The relationship is for two people. And I talked to a lady today and I said, you know, women have been pedestalized for a long time. They have been led to believe that, you know, they can do no wrong. they've been on this power trip. They've been on a power trip for a long time, that they can do no wrong, and they sitting on a pot of gold. I mean, I've heard of all the sayings, right? All the sayings. Women are sitting on a pot of gold and they can do no wrong and they're the fair sex. All these ways we have of saying that women are better than men. Our culture has been saying that forever, that women are somehow better than men. And now what has happened in 2022? Oh my God, women have fallen off that pedestal so fast, they've come crashing off that pedestal. And by their own hand. That's what's like mind altering. What is blowing my absolute mind is women took themselves off the pedestal. That is like mind altering. That they got some bright idea that they wanted to, I want to be equal to men. I want to do what men do. And I want to be out here in these streets acting like a fool, and took themselves off the pedestal. So I will never understand it. Never. Why we men seem to have better relationships with unsaved women than saved women in church. What makes that? I've had someone else say that too. And here's what I'm going to tell you about that. There is no difference between the church and the world. Like, I hate even saying that out loud, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And now you cannot rely on a label. I don't. When people tell me they're Christian, I'm like, we'll see. That's the first thing I think. They say, yeah, I'm a Christian. I go, yeah, we'll see. That's exactly what I be thinking. Because there's no difference between the world and the church. Sad but true. It used to mean something, but it don't anymore. It's a huge joke. It's like a joke to people to say. And like I said in another live, I went off because it just made me so mad to see just heathen people putting I love Jesus in their Instagram bio. Jesus's daughter. I love God. God, God's child. It burns me so much. And these same people are on Instagram half naked. These same people are posting these videos with the middle finger up, cussing people out, fighting, but you love God like that. So, man, don't get me started. So I'm not trying to, blow up the church because like I said, I love my God. I always will. But the bottom line is this. I love him so much that I'm willing to do life. I'm willing to do my life based on his will. That's how much I love God. I'm willing to be obedient. I'm willing to follow the guidelines set for me in his word. That's the difference. So, like I said, I already did that live because I was fired up. I was like, can you believe this girl Krishan and Blueface got I love Jesus in their bio? Like, really? Do you even have a clue what that means? But that's where we are. Cardi B, she claimed to be Christian. Who else? What's the other guy? Yeah, they claim to be Christian. So y'all, please don't fall for it. Don't fall for it in name only or just a label. They might be talking about a little G God. Okay, maybe. Their fruit will indicate, yeah, that's it. That's it. But it's it's no difference. It's sad, but it's true. There's no difference between the church and the world now. So you got to be on your game. You can't just accept people saying, oh, yeah, I believe in God. No. It's no different. It's no different. And honestly, can I be real honest? That's the reason why people ain't into church no more. That's the reason why people not interested in God no more. Because they like, I don't have to be different than nobody else. So why? These people out here claim to be all God-fearing or whatever. And look at how they living. I might as well keep doing what I'm doing. So it grieves my heart as I know it grieves God's heart. But that's where we at. It's 2022. So, But use your common sense. Use your discernment. And somebody say, oh, yeah, I love God like that. I love Jesus and I'm saved and this and that. Okay, just watch. Keep watching. That's what I be doing. I be watching. Yeah, she said artists so-called give credit to God on award shows. Been doing that for years. Yep. Is dating a preacher more difficult than dating a normal guy? Again, it depends on if he is in fact walking the talk. Because there are a lot of so-called preachers, that again, that's in name only. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything anymore. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So, I mean, what I would say to that, if that man, if he's a genuine man of God, then he needs a genuine woman of God. And then there's no problem. Like, we are both following the will of God. We're both obedient. Yeah, that would be no problem. It'd be no problem for me to date a preacher because I'm doing what God is telling me to do. And as long as he was doing that, we good. We good. That's it. And I would assume that preacher is technically not dating me. He is courting me for marriage. That's what he's doing. He's not dating me. He's courting me for marriage. He's looking for a wife. That's the difference. The one I dated was more difficult. Yeah, I think he was a name only. Yeah, probably. So, y'all, please watch out for the wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, the Bible talks about that at length, that there will be people out here that will pretend. They will pretend to love God. They will pretend to be doers of good and will be doers of evil. So be awake. Be awake. For those of you who are on social media and you're getting distracted in other ways. No, you got to stay all the way awake. You can't be distracted. You can't be half asleep. No. So, okay. So I'm just saying. But ladies, it's all about your standards. I want you to make sure those standards are realistic. Is it something that you can provide? So to the young lady with the car situation, and there were a couple people who put this in the comments. What car is she driving? Precisely. Like, what car is she driving? Is she driving a new car? Then why do you have an expectation for him that you can't meet? And I have to tell women this all the time. You have an expectation of a man that you can't meet. Okay? And the only exception to that is you playing the role of the man. So if a man said to me, well, Anita, you want me to take you out and you want me to pay for dates. Well, why won't you pay for dates? Because I'm the woman. Like, I'm not going to take over the role of the man. You are the man and I am the woman. I want to be the girl and I want you to be the masculine man. So no, I could. And that still doesn't say I can't. I could do it. I choose not to because I don't want to be the man in the relationship. I want to be the girl. So, but outside of that, don't have unrealistic expectations of a man that you can't even meet. That doesn't make any sense. That's like the single moms. I mean, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But the single moms talking about they don't want a man with kids. I mean, y'all, I can't make this up. I had a friend say that. Have a son come talk about, yeah, I don't date men with kids. Okay. Oh my gosh. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Let me give all females about a man, no matter the profession. We are a man first before we are anything else. For sure. For sure. And remember, when you are dating or getting to know, you are dating or getting to know a man. A man is getting to know a woman and a woman's getting to know a man. Right? A man is not interested in my accomplishments or my accolades. He's simply getting to know me. He's feeling me out, feeling my energy. That's it. And he's like, okay, I see what it looks like. I see what the energy is. I see what she's talking about. I see how we vibe together. Like, that's it. We don't need to add all that extra stuff. That's it. That's it. A man is a man. A woman is a woman. That's what I want you to relate to. Not all this other stuff. But, y'all, like I said, this young lady, she missed out. And she's probably going to end up with a man who, like I said, he's going to have even less than this guy and he's going to drive. How about he have no car? So he got less than the man that she said, oh, he don't have no new car. So now he ain't got no car and nothing else. That's probably who she's going to end up with. Why is it okay to be married and the woman and the man never wear the wedding ring? Things have really changed. Yeah, I disagree. I agree with what you're saying, which is I tell couples all the time, you need to wear a band. I will even accept a tattoo on your ring finger, but you need to have an outward symbol of your commitment of marriage. And again, because it's 2022 and y'all love making up new rules that don't make no sense, that's what people are doing. What does message about single moms not dating a guy with kids say to their own kids? I know. It's crazy. It does not make any sense. But I had a girlfriend where she said it. I'm not dating no man with no kids. I'm like, you got a child? What? Make it make sense. So, All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me for tonight's live. I don't know why, but it's 6:15 p.m. and I am wore out. Probably because I had back-to-back sessions. I'm just wore out tonight. And I got a consult coming up at 6:30 and then I'm done. Y'all, I'm done. I got paperwork to do, but I don't know. Have I ever dated a man that cheated on me? Yes, I have. My husband, my ex-husband. And when I tell y'all, oh, Lord, like this thing, I mean, Lord, I just had a flashback, y'all. This man, I mean, the cheating had no limits. The cheating and the lies that the man told to cheat. He had a woman call our house one time. And so I'm thinking, damn, she bold. she calling up the house. I said, and who is this? She just, hey, can I speak to her? I said, and can I help you? She said, oh, this is so-and-so. She loud and proud, right? I said, okay, well, what do you need him for? What's this about? Oh, well, I just want to see when he's going to be over here this weekend. And I mean, she just bold, y'all. Then she said, I kid you not. She said, oh, you must be the nanny. I said, excuse me? You must be the nanny. He told me that his wife ran off with some other man and he had to hire a nanny full time to be there at the house with the children. I kid y'all not. I can't make this up. And thank God I can laugh about it now. Like I can have a good laugh about that. But yeah, this man, whoo, Lord, this man, it was a trip. Okay, some denominations don't believe in wearing jewelry. I haven't heard that one. Yeah, he was a trip. Like I said, he was a trip, y'all. And I remember one year, Valentine's Day was on a Saturday. He said, yeah, I gotta work. I gotta work at the hospital and we're gonna have to celebrate on Thursday or Friday. So I'm like, okay, because I'm just thinking this is what it is, right? And he disappeared. And then I find out 2 days later, because again, we're not that bright, that he done went 2 hours away to some other woman's house for Valentine's Day. Stayed there all day and half the night. And I'm thinking, okay, like this man has lost his mind. Like this, he lost his complete and entire mind. So yeah, I had to go, you know what? This is not working for me. This is not working for me. And here's the truth of the matter. If I had stayed in that marriage, one or both of us wouldn't be here right now. That's the truth. That's why sometimes when I tell you there's a reason why a woman leave, there's a reason why a woman leave. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do you and me a favor and our children. Because if I stay here, you or I or both of us, we're not going to make it out of this alive. So I did the best thing for me and left that situation, and we both lived to tell the story. So sometimes that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Why are poly relationships so popular now than regular marriages? I mean, it's because of the end times. We're in the end times. People, the Bible has predicted this, that people would lose their entire mind. And they have to continue to push this immoral, unethical, like they have to push this stuff now. They have to normalize it. Just like they're trying to normalize other lifestyles. They're trying to normalize other things, but they have to. They have to push this stuff. They have to say, okay, We've got to normalize this stuff. We've got to make it so that, it's not that big of a deal. This is what people are doing now. And here's what's so insidious. So people in our community, they are pushing this whole concept of, you don't even realize you're in a poly relationship. You don't even realize that you're already sharing a man. So what's the big deal? Why not just be open about it? Why not just be on the up and up? Because you're already sharing a man. What kind of dumb mess is that? So, we need to just, open up all the relationships because, it ain't enough men to go around and y'all are already sharing a man. Really? And some people are falling for it. Some people are falling for it. Lord. Oh, she said the side chicks get February 15th. Oh, my God. Yeah. And here's the truth. I'm not sure if this is a he or a she. Was you being too nice? I was being the person that I always am and always will be. I was loving with my whole heart. I was vulnerable. I was feminine. And once I realized that there was someone that was taking advantage of all of that, because this is the thing I want women to realize. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with being any of those things. It's who you're being those things for. And that's what I had to learn. I had to have better discernment. I couldn't give my femininity to every man. I couldn't be vulnerable. I couldn't be open. I couldn't be loving, right? I couldn't give the best feminine part of myself to just any man. That's the lesson that I learned. And so now I have better discernment. I vet a man. And y'all, when I tell you, there are men that don't make the cut. They don't. And they feel a way. They feel a way about that. But that's how I protected myself. I have not protected myself from getting hard, by being hard or being bitter or being angry. No, I'm still the sweetest, most loving, most kind, will do anything for you. Like, that has not changed. Most romantic, most affectionate, like that stuff's not going to change. But what has changed is my ability to vet a man, my ability to have good discernment, my ability to speak to God about him and make sure that this is a man that God has co-signed. That's what's changed. So that's my part in that. I did not do that before. I did not properly vet. I did not go to God and ask his permission. I didn't do any of that. That marriage happened in my own will, in my own strength. Now I'm like, nope, not my will, his will. That's the difference. Not my will, his will. And so unless God says, yeah, that's him. That's your dude. That's your dude right there. That's your man. I'm giving you permission. Let me show you where in the Bible. Let me have some synchronistic things happen so you'll know that's your man, right? Let me prove it to you. Let me show it to you. But that's not what happened. That whole marriage happened in my own will. And it blew up terribly. So that taught me a lesson. I'm not doing that again. All right. Okay, she said he'll have a new car, but he'll have no money, and ask her, can she help pay some bills or all the bills, right? Yeah. Yeah, that young lady, I hope she learned her lesson. I hope she learned her lesson because her priorities are all out of whack. Hello? All out of whack. All right. But yes, ladies, sometimes I got to get on you about your life experiences. I know you've been through a lot, but the lesson in it, you have to take this accountability piece. You played a part in it. You played a part. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do it by God's will. You chose on your own. You didn't use biblical principles. You rushed. Like, we have to take our part in it, especially if we want to do it better the next time. Because if you don't, you're going to make the same mistake again. And I'm always telling women this. You have to see your part. My husband cheated on me, and I still played a part in that marriage ending up the way it did. I have to own that. Because if I don't, I'm going to make the same mistake over and over and over. I have to see my part in it. And I did play a part. I played many parts. And I have them written down. Like that's how serious I was. What did I do? What did I do that caused this thing to go off the rails? Ladies, you got to be willing to do that. So you're not making the same mistakes over and over and over. Okay? We're all playing a part. We all play our part when it comes to two people in a relationship. It cannot just all be one person. And y'all, I'm going to end on this. Nedra Tawwab, and I reposted it. She put a post out about the use of the word narcissist. I need y'all to get up off of that. Like, seriously. As a mental health professional, there's nothing I find more annoying than the overuse of the word narcissist. Everybody ain't a narcissist. Everybody's not a clinically diagnosed narcissist. Let's go here. We all have narcissistic tendency. We all do. So we need to get up off of that. I don't know, somebody looked into DSM and they found that and they just ran with it. But everybody's not a narcissist. Sorry. All right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, she said, being honest with myself helped me to be free from my ex. Yes, for sure. But you have to own your part, and we all play a part. We cannot walk around as if we didn't, play a part in the ending of our relationships. We all do. And we have to be willing to do that. That's how we're going to grow. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this live. I so appreciate you. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Okay, because I'm trying to get more followers over there and go live over there and have weekly calls over there. And consider subscribing to the Instagram channel. That's always appreciated. Y'all, I got a notice today about them threatening to demonetize my channel again. Instagram is a trip. And it's getting to the point where I can't repost. I can't do nothing without them threatening to demonetize my channel. So here's the solution. You subscribe to the channel. I can go live. I can say exactly what I want in that live. I can post what I want. Oh, Lord. All right. Tony said, I used to sell drugs, had a lot of women, was a thug guy. But when I got saved and started to go to church, ladies said I'm boring. Ladies really love the thug guys. They get all the play. But you don't want all the ladies. You just want one. Okay? You just want one good one. You don't need all the ladies' attention. You just need one good one. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to save yourself for that one good lady who appreciates you, who appreciates the good man that you are. Okay? All right. Have a great night. Thank you so much for taking a listen. If you're coming in on the end, check out the replay. Have a good night. Beware of this full moon. And as always, stay open to love.